Norse mythology explained in shorts. Gods, myths, and the weirdest secrets. The 9 realms of Norse mythology. Asgard, home of the gods. It's also where Valhalla is, the great hall where fallen warriors go after battle. Vanaheim, the land of the Vanir gods, who are connected to nature, fertility, and magic. Not much is known about this place, but it's said to be peaceful. Midgard, the human world, located in the middle of Yggdrasil. It's surrounded by a huge ocean and protected by Jörmungandr. Jotunheim, the land of the giants. It's a wild and dangerous place, full of mountains and forests. Many of the gods' enemies live here. Alfheim, home of the light elves who are beautiful and powerful magical beings. Svartalfheim, the land of the dwarves who are master blacksmiths. They forge legendary weapons like Thor's hammer. Muspelheim, the fiery realm of fire giants and demons, ruled by the powerful fire giant Surt, who plays a big role in Ragnarok. Niflheim, a realm of ice, mist, and eternal cold. It's one of the oldest realms, filled with frozen rivers and dark energy. Helheim, the underworld, ruled by the goddess Hel. This is where those who didn't die in battle end up. Top 5 Forgotten Norse Gods you've never heard of. Number 5, Ran, the ocean's queen, a powerful sea goddess who collects drowned sailors with her magical net. Number 4, Vidar, the silent avenger, Odin's son, known for his silence and strength. He barely speaks but plays a huge role in Ragnarok, killing Fenrir to avenge his father. Number 3, Forseti, the fair judge, Baldur's son and the god of justice. He settles disputes in his golden hall, always seeking peace, which is rare in Norse myths. Number 2, Olar, the skiing warrior, a mysterious god of winter, hunting, and archery. He's a great warrior and skier, but little is known about his actual myths. Number 1, Hödur, the tragic god, the blind god who accidentally killed Baldur with a mistletoe arrow, tricked by Loki. His story is one of the saddest in Norse mythology. Top 5 most dangerous creatures in Norse mythology. Number 5, Nidhogg, the serpent of the underworld. Nidhogg, a giant dragon, gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil. It threatens the balance of the 9 realms and plays a role in Ragnarok. Number 4, Hel, queen of the underworld. Hel, the half-living, half-dead daughter of Loki, rules over the dead. She controls the souls of those who die from sickness or old age, and her realm is one of dark and terrifying power. Number 3, the Jotnar. The Jotnar, or giants, are powerful and dangerous enemies of the gods. They are constantly at war with the Aesir, often using their raw strength and magic against them. Number 2, Jörmungandr, the world serpent. The giant serpent that circles the world is so massive it can grasp its own tail. It's said that when it releases its grip, Ragnarok will begin. Number 1, Fenrir the wolf. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, is destined to kill Odin during Ragnarok. His size and strength make him one of the most feared creatures in Norse mythology. Do you agree with the list? Let me know in the comments. Top 5 strongest gods in Norse mythology. Number 5, Heimdall the Watcher. He sees and hears everything, making him the perfect guardian. Super strong and will fight Loki at Ragnarok. Number 4, Freya, goddess of love and war. A powerful warrior and magic user. She's one of the strongest goddesses and a master of cider. Number 3, Loki the Trickster. Not the strongest, but the smartest. His tricks, shape-shifting, and manipulations make him extremely dangerous. Number 2, Thor, the thunder god. Thor comes second because he's the physically strongest god. His hammer, Mjolnir, can crush mountains, and he's basically the protector of the gods and humans. He's not the smartest, but he doesn't need to be. His strength speaks for itself. Number 1, Odin, the All-Father. Odin is at the top because he's the ultimate ruler of the gods, the wisest and the most powerful in magic. He sacrificed his eye for knowledge, discovered the runes, and can see the future. No one outsmarts him. So, once upon a time, Odin, the top god in Norse mythology, decided he needed some serious wisdom. Being the ruler of everything is hard work. He heard about this magical well called Mimir's Well, which had all the knowledge in the world. The catch? You had to pay a steep price to drink from it. What did Odin do? Did he haggle? Nope. He straight up plucked out his own eye and dropped it in the well like it was no big deal. Now he's walking around with an eye patch, looking super cool, but also way wiser. Lesson? Sometimes you gotta give up something big to get something bigger, like your eye for ultimate wisdom. Or, you know, maybe just settle for Googling stuff instead.
Before Ragnarok, Loki visited his children. First, he went to Fenrir, the giant wolf, chained by the gods. "They fear me," Fenrir growled. "When I break free, I'll kill Odin." Loki nodded. "That's your fate." Next, Loki met Jörmungandr, the world serpent, coiled in the sea. "When Ragnarok comes, I'll fight Thor," Jörmungandr hissed. "We'll both die." Loki agreed. "It's meant to be." Finally, Loki visited Hel in the underworld. "The dead will rise under me," Hel said. "Where will you stand, Father? With the gods or with us?" Loki didn't know. He belonged to both, yet neither. As the world trembled, Loki understood one thing. Ragnarok would bring the end, and no one could stop it.
Top 3 weirdest myths in Norse mythology. Number 3. Fenrir's saliva forms a river. When the gods chained the giant wolf Fenrir, he drooled so much in rage that his saliva turned into a real river called Expectation or Van. That's right, there's an entire river made of wolf spit in Norse mythology. Number 2. Loki gives birth to a horse? Yep, the trickster god turned into a mare, got pregnant by a stallion, and gave birth to Sleipnir, Odin's 8-legged horse. The weirdest part? Odin loved the horse and rode it into battle. Number 1. Thor dresses as a bride. When the giant Thrym stole Mjolnir, Thor dressed up as Freya to trick him into returning it, then smashed him with the hammer at the wedding. Imagine a giant bearded god in a wedding dress trying to act shy. Norse myths are wild, and these are some of the strangest. Which one blew your mind the most? Top 5 nicest gods in Norse mythology. Number 5. Njord, the god of the sea, wealth, and good fortune. He's chill, peaceful, and makes sure sailors have safe journeys. Plus, he brings prosperity to those who honor him. Number 4. Idun. She's the keeper of the magical apples that keep the gods young. Without her, they'd all age and lose their powers. She's nurturing and super important to everyone's well-being. Number 3. Freyr, the god of peace, fertility, and prosperity. He's generous and all about love and good vibes. He even gave up his magical sword just to be with the woman he loved. Number 2. Frigg. She's Odin's wife and Baldur's mom, and she's super caring. She tried to protect Baldur from harm by making everything promise not to hurt him. Number 1. Baldur. He's basically the nicest guy in Asgard. Everyone loves him because he's kind, wise, and beautiful. His death was a huge tragedy, and it really messed up the gods. Top 5 hidden secrets of Norse mythology. 5. The gods are not immortal. Norse gods aren't naturally immortal. They rely on Idun's golden apples for youth and strength. 4th mead that gives ultimate wisdom. The mead of poetry was created from the blood of Kvasir, the wisest being ever. Anyone who drinks it gains instant wisdom and poetic skill. 3. Hel is Loki's daughter. Hel, ruler of the dead, is Loki's daughter, along with Fenrir, the giant wolf, and Jörmungandr, the world serpent. 2. Ragnarok is not the end. After Ragnarok, a new world will rise. Some gods, like Baldur and Thor's sons, will survive, and 2 humans, Lif and Lifthrasir, will repopulate the earth. 1. Loki is not a god. Loki is often seen as one of the Norse gods, but he's actually a giant by blood. He only became part of Asgard through his bond with Odin, making his later betrayal even worse.